I think ILI has a potential to change schools across the country because it gives us as leaders the tools that we truly need to make our job easier.
What brings me to school every day is to know that there are children with potential that needs my involvement in their lives, and we set them up for success.
South African education outcomes are not where I think anyone involved in education in this country wants them to be. Only 57% of the kids who enrolled for grade 1 12 years ago finished matric, and of those only 36% achieved a bachelor pass. 78% of our 9-year-olds cannot read for meaning. The place that we need to invest all of our energy is in the leaders of our schools.
Since I joined ILI, I immediately got hold of the idea and liked the focus of instruction and providing leadership.
ILI is a fundamental part of improving learner outcomes across South Africa. We run a development program for principals with a primary and sole focus on developing the skills that they need to improve the quality of teaching in their schools and subsequently improve the outcomes of each of their learners.
Typically, principals are very involved with a CEO type of leadership of managing the parents, the community, all the situations, the budget, the operations. The most effective schools have leaders who are focused on the instructional quality that's happening in the classroom.
All eyes remaining on me.
A significant portion of our program focuses on improving the culture of the school, and that is from leadership culture right through to student culture. The reason this is so important is because if you don't have the foundations in place, then there are plenty of distractions in school and there are lots of learning opportunities that are missed.
School culture is really important because it supports a way of being that we want to see in our students, and principals direct what the school environment is like, what the school culture is like.
In our children's life, they are already on the back foot, so we use every minute to spend on quality teaching.
Routines add to the teaching and learning at Forest Village, and I think that is why we've embraced it.
We have clap routines in our class and sayings like eyes on me or check me out, because it grabs the children's attention and that they know that they need to focus and that there's a time to focus.
I can see areas of improvement in just the way the learners enter the school building, the way they enter the classrooms.
We make sure that we start quality teaching and learning on time with all the learners in classes. Children are responding very well to the bell now. When the bell rings, every child is running to stand in the queue in front of his class because they know that the teachers are waiting for them patiently in front of their classes. It takes about 2 minutes.
Last year I was a beginner student just out of varsity, and it was very difficult for me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any routines in place. But now I started Wednesday with the routines. It's only been a week and I can see the huge difference that it makes.
One of the focus areas in ILI was to observe teachers and give real-time feedback. I went to 14 classes a week, spending 15 minutes in class looking at the environment.
When I'm walking around the school, I will be providing real-time feedback to the principal or the coach about their real-time feedback. I will also typically watch them give feedback to a teacher and then give them feedback on their feedback. And the point is, everyone's always learning, everyone's always growing.
We teach things like how to have extended observation and feedback, meaning just like a coach would have with an athlete, but also how to give in-the-moment real-time feedback to immediately change a teacher's practice.
There's mentoring taking place, then we will do some coaching and some feedback, and I know that the process that I'm following is tried and tested.
When you've got someone who knows what they're talking about and knows what they're doing, watching you in action on a regular basis and telling you what you need to do to get better, you get better really quickly. We have to be working in government schools across the country because they're working in communities where the students are predominantly coming from disadvantaged backgrounds, and we need to give those pupils a fair chance in life, and the only way we're going to do that is by giving them a world-class education. The only way we're going to get that right is by producing world-class principals and world-class teachers.
We're working in a context that is not that conducive, but we know that when we come into the school, we make it conducive. And we've put ourselves on level 5 of commitment where we say we'll do whatever it takes.
If you can work here in Delft, which is one of your hotspots in Cape Town when it comes to crime, when you can work here, you can work anywhere in South Africa.
I think ILI has a significant role to play in the South African education reform movement because it is focused entirely on giving principals the skills that they need to drive improvement in learner outcomes.
We're a year into the program and we're visiting schools every couple months. We're seeing tremendous strides being made. We're seeing learning increasing. We're seeing a massive increase in the quality of instruction. And I've seen it work in multiple contexts around the world.
I ran this sort of program in my own school in the UK, and overnight the quality of teaching was dramatically improved.
Every principal should go on ILI because of the difference it makes in the learners.
ILI has the potential to not only change education in South Africa, but to take it to a different level.
We really want to take these tools to the areas in South Africa that need them most, because the inequality in this country is something that we can't ignore. And because if we are ever going to change the trajectory of this nation, we need to start by giving every student in every school a fair shot in life. We will achieve this by giving the leaders in the schools the skills that they need to train up teachers so that they are positioned to deliver the highest quality education day in, day out to students that need it most.